How you doing? Today I'm making this video to help you get ready to hit the field. So by now you should have mastered the phones on Mondays and on Thursdays. You have between 50 and 80 leads or more to call through. Those leads need to be fresh leads. So if on Monday you had, let's say 80 leads and you set up your 15 appointments to run on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then on Thursday you come back to the office, don't plan on reusing the leads that you've already purchased. Buy fresh new leads. You want to start each call session with 50 to 80 brand new leads. Okay, but now I want to talk to you about getting ready for your in-home and what your iPad or tablet should look like. And so you'll notice here that we have on the very left hand side, left top corner, it says life insurance. If I click on this tab right here, which I just did, that website is fflnewagent.com. Okay, so what I'd like for you to do is take on the top right corner, click on the up arrow right there, scroll down and add to your home screen. And then just click add there. And what it's going to do is it's going to add right here. You can see that it's added this this screen, or this shortcut. So now I can move this all the way over to my first page. And I've already got it there, but now I have two of them. I'll go ahead and delete this one. All right. So what that shortcut does is it brings you to this FFL New Agent landing page. The only thing that we're going to use this for is to accomplish step number 4. So you can see I came in. It takes a second for it to load, but you just scroll down until you get to step number 4 and then click on that step number 4. What this is it has different carrier tools. For example, it has Americo eApp and Americo Quotes. American Amicable, Prosperity, Mutual of Omaha, Aetna, Foresters, AIG, and John Hancock. So if I'm in a home and I'm going to show them a quote for Americo or one of these other, this is where I go. So that's going to be on our home screen there. Okay, so we'll get into that in just a little bit. But the next thing is I have this ASB home. I'll open this up, and the website here is AetnaSeniorProducts.com. So you'll put that on your Safari search bar and then hit enter and then do the same thing. You'll hit the up arrow there, add this to your home screen right here. You can change the name if you wanted to, and just to write in here if you wanted to put Aetna, you could do that. But that's how we're going to do Aetna. You cannot log into Aetna from the previous shortcut that we had. Okay, so I'm going to hit cancel because I've already got that on my home screen as well. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to use this one as well, but it's for quoting and for the eApp. The next one I have is Royal Neighbors. You'll go here. Royal Neighbors is one that the very first application has to be done paper. You have to do a paper application and send it in before they'll give you an agent number. And so we will get you that paper application as needed. But again, I do the put this as add to my own home screen and follow those same steps. Okay. Then what I use is PDF Expert. I pay, I think, $15 a month to have this PDF Expert. Actually, no, I don't. You just have to pay like $10 one time for this PDF Expert. I love it because it lets me really prepare and not bring paper with me. I still do a lot of paper with me, but anyway. I've made these folders, and so I'll just give you an example of what I walk into the family with. So I have the credibility sheet here. I have a client worksheet, credit inventory, and then some quotes that I did for this person. So anyway, you can have this, or if you don't want to invest that money, that's fine. You can just use paper. The next tab is, I think, probably one of the very most important tabs. And so I'm going to open that. And what you'll notice is this is FFL agentguide.com. So we'll want to add that to our home screen. Same way, add to home screen. Let me cancel it because I already have it on my home screen. And I'll get back to that one in a minute too. Then I just have a place to take notes here. There's Bamboo Paper, Notes Plus. Bamboo Paper is free. I bought this before I discovered Bamboo Paper, so I'm using this one because I'm comfortable with it. I also have a Road Warrior app, and so I'll get into that a little bit later. I have settings here as well, and I'll show you why. And then this one is my CRM. So it's familyfirstlife.com, but I'll get back to that in just a little bit. So again, add familyfirstlife.com and then hit add to home screen. And so that's all I have on my home screen. Initially, I didn't have the settings. I had the settings over here, but I used the settings quite a bit during the day, and so I left that there. And the reason why I'm using the settings quite a bit is a lot of these apps that we're doing, or these e-apps or quoting tools, sometimes it acts really funny. So if I will go into my settings, go to the Safari, and if I just hit clear website history and data, it seems like the apps just work a lot better. So if they're freezing or if they're struggling, just do that step. And I do it a few times a day, actually. So, okay, let's jump into these quotes now. Actually, before I get into the quotes, I want to show you what this 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one to the right on the top row is. It's that Family First Life Agent Guide. And this is gold. I mean, this stuff, you could spend a lot of time in here learning about our business and becoming the expert. So what you'll notice here is that we have downloads. This over here. So the downloads are things like it's a final inventory and carrier credibility sheet. So if we just open that, you'll notice that it's exactly what I'm using, right? So I actually use these two sheets. But the other things that you'll notice is that we have all sorts of things that you can download. I would take a look at every single one of these. It shows you how to book appointments, carrier numbers, really everything that you need to run your business. So we have downloads. We have quote tools. I don't use this section for the quote tools. I use the one that I showed you, but we can take a look at it. I think it's the exact same. No, it's different. So we have American Amicable Mutual of Omaha, John Hancock, Transamerica, Americo, and AIG. So, but it's going to work exactly the same, but I prefer the other one. So I would recommend that you use the other one. So let's keep going. You'll also see phone scripts, in-home presentation. So when you go to those, there's going to be a bunch of videos that you can watch on these presentations. The psychology of the sale, all these videos on product knowledge, in-home presentations. So I stopped watching Netflix and Prime and all those shows at night, and I've been watching these videos to help prepare me to be the best agent I possibly can for my new customers. On products, there's a lot of cheat sheets here. So click on products. It does have more product training, but it has like the Americo, really everything that you need here to become an expert in your field. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of this this landing page. Training calls, training videos, advanced markets. That's where you're helping people with their retirement money, and anything that you can imagine that you might need is here. All right, so that's that. I want to go there first. Okay, so next I'm going to show you this first one that we added. I spend probably about 90% of my time on this page whenever I'm out in the field working. So remember, we're not going to use step 1 through 3, 5, or 6. We're just using step 4. So we're going to click here, and let's just say that we've decided that Americo is going to be the way that we want to go. We can go to quotes here, Americo quotes. I can type in Texas. I just hit T and it brings up Tennessee and Texas. And then it has a list of all of America's products. So the ADB stands for Accidental Death Benefit. That's all it is. It's not. It's only going to pay somebody if they pass away from an accident. The Advantage Whole Life is a whole life product that you can write on someone between the ages of 20 and 80, I believe. So it's a pretty broad age range and it's whole life. Now, I will tell you the downside to the America Advantage Whole Life is that you have to do a paper application as of right now. So I don't know if that's ever going to change, but so I've never written one because everything that I'm doing is e-apps. But there are going to be situations where you'll want to write an America Advantage Whole Life product, so you'll need a paper application or two with you. These next two are term, or actually the next three are term insurances. The CBO 100, that CBO stands for Cash Back Option Whole Life. I'm sorry, Cash Back Option 100. So the 100 stands for that they get 100% of their money back at the end of the term, whether it's a 10, 20, or 30-year term. Once that term's over, every penny they put into the term insurance is gone. It comes back. So you get it back. So it's like having free insurance. Now, they pay a premium for that. So they may choose to do the CBO 50, where at the end of the term, whether it's 10, 20, or 30 years, they get 50% of the money that they put in back. The insurance is gone. The term is over, but they get all the money back, or 50% of the money back. This next one's called the continuation. What that means is it's a term product, and at the end of the term, it automatically converts to a whole life at 10% of the original face value. So if you were to write somebody a $200,000 20-year term, once the 20 years is over, that policy automatically converts to a $20,000 whole life policy that will last the rest of their lives. Pretty cool product. The Eagle Premier Series is a whole life policy, but the age restrictions are between 50 and 80, I believe. I think it's 50 to 80. We'll take a look at it here in a second. Then there's the Payment Protector. It is a term life that you set the payment that they will receive on a monthly basis in order to pay whatever payments they have. Typically, it's a mortgage that we're looking at. So if their mortgage is $750 per month, you can actually set it to where the beneficiary will get $750 every month for the rest of the term. So you can also set that up to do a lump sum payment that they can receive versus the monthly payments. Then there's a Payment Protector Continuation. So again, very similar to the continuation. It's a payment protector, but then it converts to whole life at the end of the term. So should someone die during that term, it's going to take over the payments. But if they outlive that term, it's going to convert to a whole life policy for the rest of their lives. And then the last two are term insurances. A lot of people refer to this as the HMS products, the Term 100 and the Term 125. Just recently, they changed the name on here where they took the HMS off. But if anybody ever says write an HMS, that's what they're talking about. So the Term 100, what that means is it's a regular term insurance with bells and whistles. So you can do a 10, 20, or 30-year, 25 or 30-year term, but during the term, in the event that they become terminal, chronic, or critical, they can take up to 100% of the face value to live on. Pretty cool. The term 125 allows them to take 125% of the premium. Now, this is all stuff that I've learned by reading the guides and all that stuff. And so, but I'm just wanted to go through that with you. I don't expect you to remember it all right now. You're going to get very familiar with it as you do preparation to go into your visits, your appointments on Tuesday. Okay, so let's take a look at the Eagle Premier Series. I love this product for final expense. It's a whole life, and it's designed for older people over 50. So I've already picked that it's Texas, and I've selected Eagle Premier, and I just hit Create. All right, so we're going to set the age. I'll just do it on me. I'm 54. I'm a male. I'm a non-smoker, and let's say that I wanted to do the most that you can do with this is $30,000. That's the very most that you can write in the Eagle Premier is $30,000. So, and we're going to say it's monthly, and then that shows the product. There's also an Eagle Premier Guaranteed. We'll get into that later. All right, so all you do is hit run, and when you hit run is when it tells you the price. So for a 54-year-old male in Texas that wants $30,000 of coverage that will last their whole life, it's $128.12. Not too bad, is it? Now, when you compare this Eagle Premier to even the Advantage Whole Life, it's more expensive. The reason why is because, like I said, it has bells and whistles. This product allows you to take up to 50% of the face value if you're terminal, critical, or chronic. So if you're terminal, have 24 months or less to live, and that's for the state of Texas. Other states are 12 months or more, but 24 months or less to live, not more, but less. Or if you're critical, so you're in a bad car accident, totally disabled, you can't work anymore, you can't do anything for yourself, you can take up to $15,000 out of this to live on. Or chronic, and the chronic would be heart attack, strokes, cancer, things like that. So it gives you some flexibility. The other thing that this Eagle Premier has built into it is an accidental death rider that doubles the premium. So if I were to pass away from an accident, which chances are the number one cause of death in America up to age 60 is an accident. So my beneficiaries would get $60,000 if I passed away from an accident. All right, so now we know I can go back to design, and I can take that 30,000 and turn it into 25,000 and hit run, and it's going to, remember, it was 128 for the 30,000. It's only 107. I can hit design, change this to 20,000 and hit run. So every single time I give people three options. What I found is that about 90% of the time they take the middle one. And so I kind of play with those numbers to get what I think makes sense. So I would come up with an 86, 107, and $128 option for them on this Eagle Premier. Now, notice that I keep hitting design. I don't have to. I could just go new every time, but when you go new, you have to start all the way back to this where I have to go Texas and then pick the product. Now, if I'm going to change products, I have to do that. But if I'm just changing the coverage amount or the age or the sex, then I can just hit design. All right, so let's take a look at the CBO 100. I love this product. Again, it is cash back. 100% of the money is back. So we'll do Texas CBO 100. It starts off at 20, but let's do that same thing. I'm 54, male, non-smoker, and I'm going to say that I want to get $250,000 here. All right, and then it's going to give me a 15, a 20, a 25, and a 30-year option. So let's take a look at this and run it. I'm going to run all those options, and what you'll see here is that we have for the 15-year, it's at $1,100 per month. For the 20-year, it's $717 all the way down to $540. Typically, when I'm showing somebody, I'll pick the range for them, and I'll pick probably the 30-year on this cashback option. But you could do 20, just kind of what you're comfortable with. But then I'll do it at 250,000, say at 30 years at 540, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for a $200,000 one. Oops. And show them what the difference would be. So we're just trying to find something that fits in their budget, also by accomplishing what they want. So when I'm showing term, typically it's for mortgage protection. And so I will ask how long their mortgage is. And if their mortgage is 30 years, then I'll just do 30 years. And I just try to match what their mortgage is. So let's say they had a $200,000 mortgage, hit run. I'm doing a 30-year here, so it'd be $433.67. Now, what's really cool is that when they outlive their 30 years, they're going to get 100% of that money back. So it's free insurance. Now that may be a little bit too expensive for them. Remember, I told you that this product is it's that benefit is something that you pay for. So I'm going to Texas again. I'm still in America. I'm just going to do the term 100. So now they're not getting any of the money back. This would just be a term insurance. It does have that benefit where you can take up to 100% of it out if you're terminal, critical, or chronic. But we'll do 200. Let's just apples and apples. Do 200,000 here. We'll use that same 30-year term. So we'll take off. Incidentally, see how it says 15-year GTD? That means guaranteed. So that's the only one I show. You can do a 5-year guaranteed, and then after 5 years, the policy most likely will go up in price. So I don't usually show that one. I just do the guaranteed. So we're going to do 30-year guaranteed, hit run. $44.84. Now that's wrong, right? Wait a second. One was 400. So I noticed that I just made a mistake. I said that I'm 20. I wish I was 20, but I'm 54. So I just found a mistake that I made. Just went back into design and I fixed it. So instead of the 450, it's 294. Okay, so that is the term 100. The term 125 is going to be a little bit more expensive, but that's how you use the quote tool. Okay, so let's say, all right, cool. I want to do the CBO. That's what I want to do. I say, okay, so I go back here. I'm sorry, not here. We'll go back to the home screen, go back to step 4. And I'm going to say e-app. So now we're going to sign them up. Now this actually takes a while for it to load. So I typically will do this right before my appointment, kind of as I'm pulling into the driveway, so that way it's loading while I'm walking into the house and doing all that. So it doesn't stay. I think America's does stay open for a long time. The Mutual of Omaha one logs you off after inactivity for a while. So all right. So what you'll see here is this is the America's home kind of dashboard for the salespeople. What we're going to do is go to Sales Connection. And then you're going to see new illustrations. Don't do those. Search or new e-app. So this shows the apps that I have in process already. And then click on a new e-app. I'm not going to do that right now because it starts a whole new one. But you just follow the prompts. It's pretty simple. All right, you're set for America now. So let's. So there's the quoting tool. Close all these things down. Close this down, and now we're back here to step 4. I'm going to take a look at Mutual of Omaha. I would recommend that you just play with all of these over and over and over again, but Mutual of Omaha, it's loading. And this is just the quote tool. And so what it does is it shows you all of their products. All right, so they have Children's Whole Life Critical Advantage. I don't know what the critical advantage is. I can't remember. So I would go to their website and take a look at that. But I think, I'm not sure what it is, a guaranteed advantage. The only ones that I really write from here, just me personally, is the Children's Whole Life. I love their Children's Whole Life. I also like their Indexed Universal Life Express. It's an IUL. So that's one that I use. And then the Living Promise. The Living Promise is their whole life policy. It's great. You can go between age 45 and age 85. So it gives you a big age range, and this one will go up to 40,000. So again, this one's a little bit different. We have to pick our state here, Texas, age 54, level, premium, male, tobacco use, no, plan information. Right now it's set on 10,000. I can go up to 40,000, but to compare apples with apples, because we did the America at 30,000, you can add the extra benefit of an accidental death benefit, and typically I do add that because the America one that they're comparing it to has that accidental death benefit in there. But let me show you the difference. So for $30,000, it's 104. Remember, the America was 128, right, or around there. So it's quite a bit less. When I take this accidental death benefit rider, probably the way I'm going to die if I die between now and the age of 60. So I'll take that 30,000 out, and it's only 96. So for an extra $6, I think six. No, but an extra $8, I can get that accidental death where it doubles it from 30 to 60,000. Okay, so this is the living promise. Now, if somebody is under the age of 45, then we can't write this one. If they're over 85, we can't write this one. So that's the living promise one. We can go back to this, and then if I'm going to do an e-app, I just click on Mutual of Omaha e-app, and then just log in. And it looks very similar from there. This one is the one that logs you off after a few minutes of inactivity. All right, so this has a bunch of stuff on it, and so I don't want you to be overwhelmed. All right, so check this out. All you have to do, when I was doing this, I was in the home trying to find it, and the people were looking at me like, "What the heck's wrong with you?" But so what you do is you go to these sales tools, electronic applications. Don't do the first one, the Medicare supplemental e-application. That's where I was the first time I was trying to write a living promise, and I was like, "Wow, they're asking weird stuff." So, don't do the dental e-app. We want life e-application. Okay, so we click on that. It's going to take us to iGo Forms to iPipeline.com, and I can view my cases that are already there. I've written quite a few of them. I have 4 pages of them. Or you can start a new case. See that button right there? I'm not going to start a new case because it'll leave it in there. It won't let you delete them once you start it. But anyway, so I guess I could go back and see if I can get back to that. Yeah, so start a new case right here. So you're in the home. They say, "Yeah, I like this Mutual of Omaha one, the Living Promise." Great, start a new case, and it's very, very simple from there. Right? I think the first part is selecting you as the producer. It's going to ask you if you want to share the commission with anyone. Hit no. Unless you want to share it with me, you're welcome to. I'm just kidding. Hit no there, and just follow the steps. Foresters, AIG. AIG is awesome and very simple. From the AIG quotes, this is the guaranteed issue product. You always have to log in. AIG makes you do a security question every time. I put mine as what city were you born in? Originally, I had it as what's your favorite book? And my favorite book is Atlas Shrugged. And I could never remember if I had a capital A, a capital S, and so anyway, I was in front of the customer a little bit nervous already trying to get in here. And so I ended up just changing it to the city I was born in. I may even change the answer just to blue, something easy to get in. But I'll type in the city I was born in, and then hit submit, and then it's going to take me. This is the quoting area, and then also the e-app area. So I love this about AIG is it's just real simple, and it's all right there. So you just go get quote, type in the gender, male, date of birth. So you got to put the date of birth. If I don't know their date of birth, but I do know their age, let's go 0909 1966, right? So you can put a target budget or the coverage amount. So the most we can do is 25,000 here, but I'm going to hit 20,000, and I have to hit the state, Texas, and then what you'll see here is after I hit get a quote, is it's grinding it for me, and it'll give me 2 options, the 20 and the 25. So for $25,000, or I'm sorry, for 25,000 it's 161.98. And for 20,000, it's 129.99 monthly. And that's for $20,000 or $25,000 worth of coverage. The most you can do is 25. The least you can do is 5,000 here. But this is guaranteed issue, whole life insurance, so it's a limited pay. If they pass away within the first 2 years of submitting the application, then they only get what they put in back plus 10%. So they don't get the entire thing back. All right, then you select the one that you want and hit start application. So I highlighted the 20,000. They said, "Yeah, I can do that 130, 129.99. That'll work." So boom, just go ahead. This one will be approved. It's 100% approved every time. All right. So so that is step 4. There's also John Hancock here, but the rest of them are very very simple. So just keep playing with it. I'll take a look at this Aetna one here. I haven't done a whole bunch. I've only written one Aetna app. But one of the things that I love about theirs, so you got to go over here on the top right and hit agent login, secure login. Okay, so they have Aetna quote and enroll right here on the top left. Agent quote and enroll. Want to practice, play in the sandbox, so you can actually play in the sandbox here and practice. So you can run it over and over and over again, and it won't save it. You can't sell it. Don't sell anything there because it won't go through. But so that's the sandbox. If for some reason you didn't want to play in the sandbox, then you would just click here, Aetna quote and enroll. All right, so now I'm going to throw a wrench in here for you. And I hate doing this, but I don't know if you read this warning sign. Please wait. There's a warning sign that's going to come up. For the best experience with this application view in landscape mode, use the Chrome browser. I'm not using Chrome. I'm using Safari. It'll work, but if you wanted to go back and look at the application later, because they've pended it for some reason, you have to do it in Chrome. So you do it on your laptop, or you can just download the Chrome browser onto your iPad. All right. So, but it's fun. So we got to put the zip code in. I'll just use mine, 77494. I'm not in the sandbox anymore. So actually, I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna hit. Let's go back to the sandbox. All right, so the zip code is 77494. Picks the state. I'm just going to do the 0909-1966. I'm in the sandbox, so it doesn't even matter. So, and then it says what's the effective date. I'll go ahead and do it for tomorrow. So this date applies to all products selected. To change effective date by product, update in the benefits and plan screen for each product. So I'm a male, and no tobacco, and so this is optional here, so I'm not going to put that in now, but you put your first name, last name, email address, phone number, and notes, and then view products. Again, just like all of them, there's several products. So the Medicare supplemental prescription final expense, that's the one that we want. There's also another final expense after the dental. Don't use that one. Use the Ascendo Insurance Company final expense. You may ask why. We just don't. I don't know why. So we're going to do the preferred level. Hit quote, and it's going to quote all three of the levels. So for the preferred level, it's $80.67 for $20,000. It's a standard level is 90, and a modified plan is 110.08. So a super preferred level plan is 72.97. So I don't know how you can become super preferred or modified or standard, but that's what they do, right? So I'm sitting with the client. I say, hey, it sounds to me like you're probably going to be on the preferred plan, but it's really up to the insurance company. They're going to run your history. They're going to check out your medical history, take a look at this application, and they'll either approve you at the preferred plan, or they'll pick one of these other plans for you, a standard level or a modified plan. So it's going to be somewhere between $80 a month and $110.08. I guess we could get lucky and have the $72.97 one, but there you go. So they say, yeah, I want to do the preferred. I want to do 20,000. Then you just hit add to cart, and boom. So now we start the enrollment. Cool. And then you put their first name, last name, date of birth, or their legal citizen, and you just go through it. It's pretty intuitive from there. All right. There's all kinds of little tips and tricks that you're going to learn along the way. But that's how you should set up your iPad. I hope this video has been helpful for you. You know what I know now. We're going to learn this thing together, but keep working hard. And just remember 80% of your success here is going to be based on what we do on the phones. Have a great rest of your day.
doing